Hey guys, in today's video we'll take a look at the GK66, another 60% variant similar to the GK61, 64 and 68. But this time the main difference is the layout around the spacebar, quite unusual if you ask me. So we'll see what it's all about in the following. The keyboard comes in a brown box, alongside a USB Type-C cable, a keycap spooler and a key switch puller because, like all the other GK boards we've checked until now, the switches are hot-swappable. These are optical switches though, so the replacement options are limited. They do include replacement keycaps for Mac and a few additional switches if you want to set them for specific keys, although they're not Gaterons. Taking a closer look, the case is the same as we find in the GK61 and GK64, so an ABS plastic case with no height adjustment. This case is decent, but nothing really exceptional, and at the back you get a Type-C connector, always nice to have that. The keyboard can also be purchased with Bluetooth connectivity for a few dollars more, although my unit is wired only. The pre-installed keycaps are nothing too exciting. They're white ABS with black dye on top and laser etched legends, so not the best in terms of durability. You can replace them, however this unusual layout will probably restrain your keycaps choice. I'd recommend going with a DSA or XDA keycap set so that you can interchange different rows, and you'll probably need a full set with extra keycaps to fill all the switches, as one of the spacebars is 2.25 units wide and you don't get this size in the extra keys outside of the 60% layout. By default the spacebar were flipped around so their profile is inverted, but you can have them straight if you prefer. Now to the switches, as I mentioned earlier, these are Gateron opticals. The keyboard comes with either blues, reds or browns, and mine came with reds. They're pretty decent switches overall. The only thing is that the actuation point is not directly related to the tactile feedback of the switch, but from my tests with browns, it's not noticeable while typing. As for these reds, they're some of the smoothest I've tried. They have an actuation point at 2mm and a total bottom-out distance of 4. Their operating force would be 45 grams. Although reds are not my favorites, these are definitely a great version, I think. The main downside with these optical switches is that they have a zoom effect on the LED, so they tend to split the colors in their different channels, and this results in gradients on each key, and it might look weird in some cases. As for the stabilizers, they're pretty good overall and they don't rattle, they sound pretty good too, and the keys go down straight. Like many other GK boards, they come pre-lubricated, so that probably helps as well. I'll leave you to a sound test for a better idea. Overall, typing on this keyboard is a bit unusual. First, you get a much narrower right shift key, and the split spacebar is also worth mentioning. On the first profile, both act as spacebars, but the one at the right only registers as a space character if you release it. When it's held down, it acts as a function button and you can access a whole other layer of keys, which is pretty nice. It does take time to get used to, but the possibilities it enables are really cool, I think. The logo keycap also acts as a function key, and all of these can be reconfigured using the software. Speaking of the software, a new version was released recently. They changed the skin, but the features stayed the same. It does seem to be much better than before though, as you can now see how the light effects are made, and it will be much easier to create your own with these available examples. There's also a bunch of predefined macros for specific games, but I don't play any of these, so I can't really say if they're good or not. Finally, you can remap keys to your liking, and with up to 3 profiles on board and multiple layers for each profile as well. Like all the other GK boards, it's complete and allows for great customization. The only downside is that it's not QMK compatible. So, is it a keyboard you should buy? I think you should go with this keyboard only if you like the split spacebar. Otherwise, I would recommend the GK64 instead. It's pretty much the same keyboard, it has the same layout except for the spacebar. It sells for around the same price and has the same case, but it has regular Gateron switches and they will allow for a greater variety of replacements. Also, the LEDs look better as they are not zoomed in, and you'll have an easier time replacing the keycaps if that's what you want. Otherwise, it's still a great keyboard on its own and has a good value for the price. Personally, I don't value much the split spacebar, so I would probably go with a different model if I was looking to buy a new keyboard in this price range. So that wraps it up for today's video. Let me know down below what you think about this layout. Is it something you'd like to try? As always, affiliate links to this keyboard will be available down below, so feel free to check them out and help the channel at the same time. So thank you for watching. Make sure you liked the video if you did, and if you didn't, just let me know why down below. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe if you still haven't already, as I'll see you in the next video.